Lengsinbirau, Kingdom Educational Institute, All Lambulan, opposite GP Women College, Asida, Ningthin experience lairaba faculty singna, takpi tambiriba course sing, maruoina, aviation gi makhada, cabin crew, ground staff, amadi tourism and hospitality management course, tambi ningba singna, ngasi maklaktuna tanabiyu. Masida sunatana, Institute Asida, makal khuding maki, computer coursing, tambagi khudong chaba, adusu pizeri, khudamoina, CCC, DCA, Tally with GST, asina chingbasing. Loina na, spoken English, spoken Hindi, personality development, interview techniques, asina chingbasing, tambayagani. Hairibo coursing asi, chama thabak phangnabagi guidelines su pizeri.
Welcome you all to Lunaco Residential School at Chanung, Imphal East. An exclusive co-education residential school located on a sprawling 50-acre campus will be affiliated to CBSE New Delhi. First academic session will begin in April 2023 for classes 4 to 8. Hurry up for registration.
Midbrain. A lifetime gift to your child.
Japan gi akhanaba technology amagi matengna Sunday khudingi leptana pangthokliba
Midbrain activation courses na adumge angangbu wakhal budilo sing thohanduna mithoi mihenba amadi punsida thoiba mai pakpa mioi ama soidana ohenba da mating oigani.
Course asigi chada chama guarantee pizagani.
Akupa marol khangbinaba ngasimak call tobirau
Genius Mindtech Imphal.
Others Eye Clinic, a unit of Others Medicare Services, Porompat Jennings Main Gate, opposite Axis Bank. OPD timing 8:30 a.m. to 4:30 p.m. Monday to Saturday, 8:30 a.m. to 12:30 p.m. on Sunday. Facilities available: comprehensive eye care, cataract surgery, glaucoma clinic, oncology, oncology and aesthetic clinic, cornea and dry eye clinic, medical retina, optical store, OCT, perimetry, yak laser. Free OPD every Saturday. Please contact 600-910-8789.
News headlines. Chief Minister N. Biren flags up 5 GPS-enabled highway patrol vehicles for Palel to More. MLA Joy Kisan demands dissolution of IMC to trace those involved in swindling of funds. And despite some farmers' objections, state ponies moved to grazing grounds at Lamphel. Hello and welcome to Mami TV Primetime English News. This is ROMEE NINGOMBAM, now the news in details. Chief Minister N. Biren today flagged off 5 GPS-enabled highway patrol vehicles for Palel to More stretch of National Highway 102 to prevent unwanted incidents along the National Highway from the gate of Chief Minister's bungalow. The Chief Minister thanked Chief Secretary, Director General of Police and the entire police force for their efforts to provide security to the general public, especially along the highways. Speaking to media persons on the sidelines of the flagging off ceremony, the Chief Minister said, the State Police has already set in motion 6 similar GPS-enabled highway patrol vehicles to cover Kampokpi and Senapati stretches of the highway. The next preparation is to launch similar patrol vehicles along the Imphal-Jiribam highway, the Chief Minister added. The highway patrol vehicles have been quite effective, he said, stressing that the patrol vehicles have been able to check miscreants trying to harm drivers and truckers and other distress calls along the Kampokpi-Senapati highway stretch. With these patrol vehicles, police can now provide assistance to any truck or driver stranded along the highways, he said, adding that the patrol vehicles along the Kampokpi-Senapati stretch of the highway can be reached through mobile number 961-270-0785 and those along Technopalmore stretch on 879-442-7656. Chief Minister Biren also observed that a dedicated highway patrol for the national highways in the state has been a dream of the government for long and that recruitment for setting up of 10 and 11 IRB were conducted for the purpose of launching a highway protection force. He said, once the results of the recruitments are declared, they will be utilized for the same.
As preparation, Imphal-Jiribam. Highway homestay the Maroina, highway patrolling seat on Lunabugate, Silopatani. Masiki, the woman that effectively deal to Bungaman, even Kampopi area, the Senapati area, any Jagada, drivers in the Wabataba, and in his grand China, Moida, not the Hataba, the Metal Bumatam, they could put up the Rana, the three Paba, Black, Purana Paba, mainly. Lambi Lamgang the drivers in the Gari other than a Potanawana rather like the supplementary park. GPS going happy to the mistake, the even numbers that the woman of the Gari Kodima contact Korana, who prices in the way. How to Yamapula 961-27-00-785. Other Moregi Temple, Kizina Legato Selena 87-944-27-656.
Chief Secretary Dr. Rajesh Kumar, senior officials of the Secretariat, DGP, and other top-level police officers, among others, attended the flag-off ceremony. MLA of Thangmeiban Assembly Constituency, Khumukcham Joy Kisan, has drawn the attention of the government to dissolve Imphal Municipal Corporation, including its mayor and corporators, for the time being to conduct inquiry on the fund embezzlement within IMC with transparency and find out those involved in the corruption and misappropriation of funds. Addressing media persons at a press meet held at his residence at Kuyatong today, MLA Joy Kisan maintained that the claim of caretaker mayor L. Lokeshwar that Gigi ROMEE, the contractor involved in misappropriation of huge amount of funds sanctioned for development of Imphal City, turned out to be corporator of IMC Ward No. 1 Gaidon ROMEE, and that an inquiry committee will be constituted to find out the truth within 7 days. Pointing out that handing over the contract work to a people's representative is against the Constitution of India, he contended that top officials of IMC must be involved in the same. He further maintained that the misconduct is evident of the fact that a gang involved in corruption is within IMC. On the other hand, Joy Kisan argued that it won't be under Gaidon ROMEE's power alone to release the huge amount of funds. Besides, it is questionable as to why corporator Gaidon ROMEE, who is said to be involved in such huge scam, is still not ousted from his post, he said. The MLA continued that the statement of the acting mayor that Gaidon ROMEE will be made to take up further works after assessing the works, he said, the works he had worked on is against the law. Moreover, it is baseless to hand over the charge of a work to a person who had been involved in scam, Joy Kisan said. He further maintained that all works undertaken by Gaidon ROMEE should be sealed and the government must recover all the misappropriated funds. Retender must be conducted and the work should be handed over to a new contractor, the MLA demanded. Joy Kisan added that the truth can be found out within 5 days if inquiry is conducted after dissolving the corporation.
GG ROMEE Mingsin Raga Maga Collectoraga Magi Mungam Chow Gig Malay in Habise. Much I said Pathaza Bani Lation. He alone cannot in case Mama Tumina Pushakai Apote Adana Masi am Chow Scandal. Other Masi Huziksi Sri Gaidonsi contractors or Magnina IMC na. Masi Huzik acting cooperator Huzik the Kudakta look to Edna notified the Wongam Drukai. Huzik Masida Tigatnaba and a Tuiba committee members in the Aina Sumying Jabada. IMC giving a toilet of Machimano, Mangato Pokoda, Machimano, Manahurala, Meduna Mayamna, Lekaina, Topido, Inon, Panahurala, Masea, which she now Tigatarega have some money. Adobo I Tazades, Highway, Asagi Committee Sina, Leba Miangi. It's over Tazos in Mandana. Aran Bato, Simdo, Numitari, Manunda report, Pini Habido, Chap Chana Puto, Pirkani Taze.
Unable to find a proper grazing ground, the Manipuri ponies, which were always seen released on the roads, have been moved to the natural grazing ground at Lamphel run by Manipur Horse Riding and Polo Association under the direction of Chief Minister N. Biren. The Chief Minister had earlier informed the owners of the ponies to take their ponies to the 30-acre grazing ground at Lamphel. As the members of Manipur Horse Riding and Polo Association began to move the ponies to the grazing site at Lamphel, a confrontation ensued between farmers of the area and members of the association. Later, a team of Lamphel Police Station led by SDPO came to the spot and resolved the matter, and the ponies were moved to the grazing ground. Speaking to media persons, Technical Chairman of Manipur Horse Riding and Polo Association, Ningthaukhongjam Bedajit said, the government of Manipur provided the land to the association to make it grazing ground of the ponies. However, the association could not take up any work owing to COVID-19 pandemic for the past 2 years. During this past 2 years, some residents of the areas began farming on the land. The association could not move the ponies to the grazing site as the farmers locked the gate of the site, he said. The moving of the ponies began today with help of police under strict instructions of the Chief Minister, Bedadit said.
Loibagi awaba sagon thadokhan leitaba asina chingbosi ubiraga Manipur government na akoida 30 acre gi lamama akoida PB iri purpose di wologa amasung poni ga mari leinanani ahambada akoigi lamase sigi hek thangnaba sonda irame aiba lamase Manipur government gi akoigi water body ama sengulakani habagi plan da masigi mafam ase akoigi hanagi mafam laju yawe haina moina habira pudagi koina develop nam toru thongatna samna acre manga gumbagi amamadi akoi thongatpa hawrabane adu dagi moina somda tawro somda ontho oina akoida lamasi akoi asomda pirimba dagi somda sigi uji uiba myamna ubiriba 30 acre gi lamasi da bibi adu masigi hariba lamasi hek bibi baga laibuk thibadagi akogi corona gi kanosi lakpadagi akoi develop toba ngamde.
General Secretary of ROMEE Kanglup Lamphel and Ibohal Maitei said the land was developed into a cultivable land after a lot of works and effort by the farmers of the area. He demanded the government to keep the land as an agricultural land considering all the dedication and efforts of the farmers. Stating that the government is well aware that agricultural farming is still carried out at the site, Ibohal appealed to the government to keep the land as agricultural land under the Manipur Conservation of Paddy Land and Wetland Act 2014.
ROMEE Kanglup Lamphel kowa trust da sa to application to raga ina ujera pasi siang ge advice matumina asi bhoda thok humpu mari humpu ma dagi na tum haujera poduna ngasi bhoda chathari adubu ngasi di sarkar gi order ma gi matumina akhoi police loigiri ba kangbuna ngasi akhoi gi mafam asida lo ujari ba pathi komthi punjalaga kom punjalaga leti manara ba mafam moina lo yana ba sema ba da sida praja section mai gi puni muktagi lo ba yauri aduba inu kaya gi leiriba member kya gi thawai himham oiri masai ꯃꯁꯤꯗ ꯄꯣꯂꯣ ꯑꯦꯁꯣꯁꯤꯌꯦꯁꯟꯅ ꯁꯔꯀꯥꯔꯅ ꯄꯤꯔꯕꯅꯤ ꯍꯥꯏꯗꯨꯅ ꯃꯁꯤꯗ ꯑꯩꯈꯣꯏ ꯂꯧ ꯍꯟꯗꯛꯇꯁꯨ ꯂꯧ ꯎꯖꯕ ꯁꯤꯗꯩꯁꯤꯗ ꯏꯁꯤꯡ ꯆꯥꯎꯕꯅ ꯃꯔꯝ ꯑꯣꯏꯗꯨꯅ ꯂꯧꯃꯤ ꯀꯌꯥꯒꯤ ꯂꯧ ꯁꯤꯈꯤꯕ ꯀꯌꯥ ꯑꯗꯩ ꯑꯋꯥꯕ ꯃꯥꯌꯣꯛꯅꯗꯨꯅ ꯂꯩꯔꯤꯕ ꯃꯇꯝꯁꯤꯗ ꯑꯣꯅꯔꯦꯕꯜ CMꯅ ꯁꯔꯀꯥꯔꯒꯤ ꯑꯣꯔꯗꯔꯅꯤꯅ ꯑꯩꯈꯣꯏꯁꯨ ꯊꯤꯡꯕꯗꯤ ꯉꯝꯖꯗꯕꯅꯤꯅ ꯉꯁꯤ ꯄꯣꯅꯤꯁꯤ CMꯒꯤ ꯃꯥꯏ ꯌꯦꯡꯖꯗꯨꯅ ꯑꯩꯈꯣꯏ ꯊꯥꯖꯤꯜꯂꯦ ꯑꯗꯨꯕꯨ ꯇꯧꯔꯤꯕ ꯄꯨꯝꯅꯃꯛꯁꯤ ꯂꯧꯃꯤꯁꯤꯡꯒꯤ ꯂꯧꯐꯝ ꯀꯟꯕ ꯍꯥꯏꯕ CMꯒꯤ ꯁ꯭ꯂꯣꯒꯥꯟꯗꯨꯒꯤ ꯃꯇꯨꯡ ꯏꯟꯅ ꯑꯩꯈꯣꯏꯅ ꯆꯞ ꯆꯥꯅ ꯃꯗꯨ ꯊꯥꯖꯕ ꯊꯝꯃꯒ ꯉꯁꯤ ꯐꯥꯎꯕꯗ ꯊꯕꯛ ꯑꯁꯤ ꯆꯠꯊꯖꯔꯛꯄꯅꯤ ꯃꯁꯤꯁꯤꯗ CMꯅꯁꯨ ꯂꯧꯃꯤꯁꯤꯡꯕꯨ ꯅꯨꯡꯁꯤꯕꯤꯕ ꯑꯣꯏꯔꯒꯗꯤ ꯃꯁꯤ ꯂꯧꯃꯤꯁꯤꯡꯗ ꯑꯩꯈꯣꯏꯒꯤ ꯃꯐꯝ ꯑꯁꯤ ꯂꯦꯡꯗꯅ ꯊꯝꯕꯤꯌꯨ
ꯃꯁꯤ ꯁꯥꯡꯅꯁꯨ ꯑꯃꯨꯛꯇ ꯈꯟꯕꯤꯌꯨ
ꯑꯗꯨ ꯅꯣꯏꯒꯤ ꯁꯤꯒꯤ ꯀꯔꯤ ꯅꯣꯏꯒꯤꯅꯦ ꯍꯥꯏꯕ ꯂꯝ ꯀꯔꯤ ꯂꯩꯒꯦ
ꯆꯦ ꯆꯥꯡ ꯂꯩꯌꯦꯕ ꯑꯗꯨ ꯁꯦꯀ꯭ꯔꯦꯇꯔꯤꯗꯨꯗ ꯍꯧꯖꯤꯛ ꯄꯣꯔꯛꯑꯣ ꯍꯥꯏꯈ꯭ꯔꯦꯕ ꯑꯗꯣ ꯃꯣꯏꯅ ꯏꯁꯤꯡ ꯃꯔꯛꯁꯤꯗ ꯁꯒꯣꯜ ꯊꯥꯖꯤꯜꯂꯅꯤ ꯂꯧ ꯃꯌꯥꯝꯁꯤ ꯅꯩꯈꯥꯏꯔꯅꯤ ꯍꯥꯏꯔꯤꯁꯤꯕꯣ ꯑꯇꯩ ꯂꯝꯗ ꯇꯥꯟꯅꯕ ꯌꯥꯏ CMꯅ ꯅꯍꯥꯟ ꯂꯥꯎꯊꯣꯛꯈ꯭ꯔꯦ ꯅꯣꯏꯒꯤ ꯌꯦꯀꯔ ꯆꯅꯤ ꯍꯩꯉꯥꯡꯗ ꯄꯤꯔꯦ ꯅꯣꯏꯅ ꯁꯣꯔꯣꯛꯇ ꯁꯒꯣꯜ ꯊꯥꯗꯣꯛꯀꯅꯨ ꯁꯒꯣꯜꯗꯨ ꯚꯦꯇꯤꯅꯔꯤ ꯑꯣꯐꯤꯁꯔ ꯗꯥꯏꯔꯦꯛꯇꯔꯅꯁꯨ ꯑꯁꯤꯗꯩꯁꯤꯗ ꯅꯣꯏ ꯁꯒꯣꯜꯗꯨ ꯄꯨꯜꯂꯣ ꯍꯥꯏꯈ꯭ꯔꯦ ꯂꯝꯐꯦꯟꯁꯤꯗ ꯂꯝ ꯄꯤꯔꯦꯅ
Secretary of Manipuri Pony Society N. Ibungachaubi has asserted that Manipur ponies are bound to come out to streets and markets for food if their natural habitat and grazing field are being encroached and disturbed. He was speaking exclusively to Mami TV News with regard to the efforts to send the ponies to 30-acre land at Lamphel Park under the direction of Chief Minister N. Biren. The ponies on the streets were taken to Lamphel Park by the owners this morning. Secretary of Manipuri Pony Society N. Ibungachaubi, who is taking a major role in the initiative, told Mami TV News that the Manipur ponies have its own natural habitat and a way of grazing. Be it a horse used in war or in sports, the ponies used to have a place to graze or play freely. Now the ponies are forced to come to streets as their natural habitat is being encroached due to rapid urbanization, Ibungachaubi said. Gratitude to Chief Minister N. Biren for providing the 30-acre land for the ponies.
Manipur hojik leiriba sagol gi problem se mayamna khangibduni karigidamukta sagol nasi lambide thorai no haibado hojik mayamna tairiba sagol loiba singda piriba maral natraga hojiki sagol mayam sida piriba maral koi pumnamakna khangi Manipur gi sagol se kai kaya dagi hauna lamhangda pat ta lejaram bani makoi gi mayum haibado aduni adabu Manipur da leiriba pat mayam magi natural habitat hojik chahom mayam ado koina khopchallu budagi koina maduda lao budagi makoi gi lambide thorakuni adabu tangai padana Manipur gi sagol Ganda yate hai bese Manipur ki player mayam ori honor mayam mayam wana last sahi purush ne joglak puni adu mas player mayam ki traka yo ega mayam si yang wana yo kudar ya sakon ke mage hum ne ekta bat hum lekta be farak puni adu bo hoji hoje koi ki tangai padana kari gumba ma hum kharada koi low ulba matam se isla so kuna balabi thok kana bi damak temporary measure asin permission solution nate akoi ki andam de Manipur da Imphal East West Thawal Bishnupur Ching asugumba beli gi acho lamang sejda hana lejeramba sagon ki chata hamdo adu kan view natraga koi madu de market tawrga makoi gi natural habitat to kan view habdu gi pamdam ne
Technopal Battalion under the aegis of IGAR South seized 5.75 kg of WY tablets estimated to be worth around rupees 2.5 crore from Kudeng Thabi in Technopal district on June 6. According to AR report, troops of Assam Rifles conducted routine checking at permanent vehicle checkpost Kudeng Thabi. During the checking operation, the troops recovered the WY tablets sealed in 5 packets from a vehicle. However, the driver fled the spot before checking the vehicle. The seized items were handed over to More Police Station for further investigation. Let's take a short break.
Lengsin Birau, Kingdom Educational Institute, All Lambulan, opposite GP Women College, Asida, Ningthin Experience Lairaba, Faculty Singna, Takpi Tambiriba Course Sing, Maruoina, Aviation Gi Makada, Cabin Crew, Ground Staff, Amadi Tourism and Hospitality Management Course, Tambi Ningba Singna, Ngasi Maklaktuna, Tanabiu, Masida Sunatana, Institute Asida, Makal Kuding Maki, Computer Coursing, Tambagi Kudong Chaba, Adusu, Pizeri, Kudamoina, Triple C, DCA, Tally with GST, Asina Chingbasing. Loina na, spoken English, spoken Hindi, personality development, interview techniques, Asina Chingbasing, Tambayagani. Hairibo coursing asi, chama da chama, tabak pangnabagi guidelines su, Pizeri.
welcome you all to UNACO Residential School at Chanum, Imphal East. An exclusive co-education residential school located on a sprawling 50-acre campus will be affiliated to CBSE New Delhi. First academic session will begin in April 2023 for classes 4 to 8. Hurry up for registration.
Mid-break.
Welcome back after the break. Karnataka Chief Minister Basavaraj Bommai reviewed the preparations for the International Yoga Day, which Prime Minister Narendra Modi would lead from Mysuru on June 21. Modi would perform yoga at the Mysuru Palace premises as part of the Azadi Ka Amrit Mahotsav. Chief Minister Basavaraj Bommai reviewed the preparations for the mega event. He instructed the Mysuru Deputy Commissioner to finalize the 15,000 participants by June 30. He asked the DC to ensure that the selection comprises people from all sections of society, as instructed by the Prime Minister's office. A statement issued by the Chief Minister's office said. The officials were directed to make arrangements for transport, snacks, drinking water, and other facilities for the participants in perfect coordination with the union government. The CMO said the state government has constituted 14 committees, including a core committee headed by the district in charge minister, for smooth and successful conduct of the event. Prime Minister Modi would inaugurate the event in Mysuru, while Union Minister of State for Agriculture Sobha Karandlaje would participate in the event at Halebidu. PM Modi will appoint a new Chief of Defence Staff, Intelligence Bureau, Chief Related Officers, along with the Chief of ROMEE. The government will be appointing the new CDS from the pool of serving chiefs and lieutenant general rank officers of the three forces, along with retired lieutenant general rank officers. The post of the top military officer has fallen vacant after the demise of General Bipin Rawat in a chopper crash exactly 6 months ago. The government will also take a decision on appointing new officers to head the RAW and IB, as the one-year extension given to the present chiefs is coming to an end on June 30. The government will also take decisions on the top post for the Cabinet Secretary and Home Secretary in another couple of months. Prime Minister Narendra Modi met the BJP corporators from the Greater Hyderabad Municipal Corporation on Tuesday and expressed confidence that the party will work for good governance and ending the dynastic misrule in Telangana. The Bharatiya Janata Party is eyeing the southern state for big gains after putting up a string of impressive electoral performances, including in the 2019 Lok Sabha polls, Assembly by-polls, and Hyderabad municipal polls. The corporators were accompanied by Telangana BJP Chief Bandi Sanjay Kumar and Union Minister G. Kisan Reddy, who is also from the state. Modi said in a tweet that they had wide-ranging discussions on how to focus on community service endeavors and help people at the grassroots, and they will also work for good governance and ending dynastic misrule in Telangana. Meanwhile, Chief Minister K. Chandrasekhar Rao, who heads the ruling Telangana Rashtra Samiti in the southern state, has been working to shore up support for an anti-BJP alliance at the national level. Assam TMC has demanded a CBI probe into the allegations of scam in the procurement of PPE kits and sanitizers in the state during COVID times in 2020. Assam TMC Chief Ripun Bora has written to Prime Minister Narendra Modi seeking CBI inquiry into the scam involving the supply of COVID safety equipment in Assam. Assam TMC Chief Ripun Bora has also accused CM Himanta Biswa Sarma of violating Government of India's Code of Conduct for Ministers. Russia is deploying troop reinforcement in eastern Ukraine to help capture a key city, a Ukrainian official said, as Moscow's artillery kept up a barrage aim at grinding down Ukrainian defenses. Luhansk Governor Serhiy Haidai told Associated Press that Russian forces control the industrial outskirts of Severodonetsk, one of two cities of the Luhansk region still in Ukrainian hands. The situation constantly changes, but the Ukrainians are repelling back. Russia appears bent on capturing the entire eastern Donbas part of Ukraine, which is made up of Donetsk and Luhansk region. Though, while the Kremlin's forces have superior firepower, the Ukrainians' defenders, among them the country's most well-trained forces, are entrenched and have the capability to counterattack. And before we wind up the headlines once again. Chief Minister N. Biren flags off 5 GPS-enabled highway patrol vehicles for Palel to More. MLA Joy Kisan demands dissolution of IMC to trace those involved in swindling of funds. And despite some farmers' objections, state ponies moved to grazing ground at Lamphel Park. And that's it for Mami TV Primetime English News. Thank you for watching.